What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with another Dokkan battle video. And today I want to talk about power levels. Now, my power level is nothing really to write home about. And that is, unfortunately, much to my detriment, because I've been playing this game darn near since the start. In fact, some of you may remember the old YouTube channel that we had that's now kind of it's kind of dominated by another game, so we broke away to do this video, or this channel, I should say. But I never really did a lot of the stuff that you would do in order to upkeep a high power level. And it got me thinking, well, frankly, I got power level shamed the other day, and it really got me thinking, what are some great methods that you can use to just entice a really strong power level, or maybe even fabricate a situation in which you'd have a really solid power level. So I got thinking about it, right? There's three main things that your power level is comprised of. Well, four things. Number one, hidden potential nodes. Now, each hidden potential node is worth about 1 point. So I have 207,845 hidden potential nodes. And that sounds like a lot, but it really isn't, because I have a ton of units that I just haven't put hidden potential in because they're like, old super strikes that I never use, which we'll talk about here in a moment. Or just in general, some units that I just, I'm waiting to collect all 10 to max them out, or whatever, or 14 technically to max them out, or whatever. There's a lot of potential there, and that number should be significantly higher. But that's not the biggest number here. The biggest number here, without question or doubt, is link skills at max level. Each one of those link skills at max level is worth 1,000 points. That means I have 649 link skills at max level, and that represents essentially 649,000 of my points. Then you've got stages clear, which isn't really that big of a deal. I think that's only a point per, maybe like 10 points per. And then Dokkan Awakened characters. Now that's 100 points per. That's not a big number. But between that, nodes, and believe it or not, even max link levels, there's a way you can manipulate this number to look, frankly, phenomenal. And the easiest way to do this is with free-to-play units. I'm mostly talking about Super Strikes today, but any free-to-play unit can do this. It's just that Super Strikes have really, the highest, I guess, the highest payout for your effort level here. So let me kind of explain. So I was working today on the AGLTN. I've never really paid a lot of attention to this unit. It's not a unit that I've done much with. And I have my first one here, my older one that says SA15, and one of the early ones that I actually did, put some orbs into. So he's at 100% in the ability system, but he's not Easy 8. He's not awakened really much in any way. Remember I said Dokkan Awakenings equate to about 100 points per. So if I go in here, I can Dokkan Awaken him. So let's just kind of look at the numbers real fast, all right? So remember, 977,645. So let's go ahead and awaken him. 977,645. So once he's awakened, bada bing, bada boom. And I'm not even going to bother training him. I'm just going to go out here, and we're going to see 977,745. So like I said, each Dokkan Awakening is worth about 100 points. But here's where I'm going to kind of get a little weird with this. One of my biggest goals has always been to have essentially one of each, like a TUR and then the UR of each unit. Like that to me would be like the perfect box. Then if you have the LR, obviously you've got the LR, the TUR, and the UR, right? And the Super Strikes are really kind of they're, I would even say that they would calculate into this. So if you really look here, I've got the, there's like 3 different UR levels. Then you got the SSR levels and all that. There's lots of levels and lots of ways to max these units out, but I'm not really going to go after the SSR necessarily. I guess I could, but I'm more looking at the UR levels of these Super Strikes. And here's where I'm getting at. Okay, so I've got the second Tien, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give him all the hidden potential nodes that I possibly can. So as you kind of go through your process here, you'll notice that this TN unit, you'll get a bunch of these guys just latent, just laying around as you do the events and as you get the mission rewards and whatnot. So of the ones that I've got here, I'm going to go ahead and utilize them to kind of feed out his hidden potential. You could farm them up, you could feed him out, whatever. It is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and activate them all. Okay. I don't know necessarily what I want to give him, and I'll kind of mess with that here in a little bit because it's not super important to this. But let's kind of calculate this out, okay? So, we've got a ton of hidden potential nodes we just filled out, and that's essentially, we do that twice over with 2 units, right? So now I'm at 977, 670, okay? So we got a bit more out of this unit. Okay, so if we go back over here to growth, and I can actually Dokkan Awaken this unit. So let's go ahead and Dokkan Awaken him to training. Awesome. And then go back up here to growth, and we're now at 977, 770. So we got yet another 100 more. Now, there's really no point in having them both at this level. It just doesn't feed any purpose. So why would I keep them both here? Really, one is going to wind up being redundant, right? So for collection purposes, you wouldn't necessarily normally want to Dokkan Awaken this unit. Except you do. So hear me out. Here's the crazy part. Normally, back in the day, this would have been unfathomable. This is not something you would ever have done. But hear me out. Let me go ahead and reverse one of these units. And I'm going to reverse the one that's SA10 just because of reasons. Because I need the other one to be SA15 and I can just farm them up real quick. Technically, this one could go SA15 now too, but it really doesn't matter. Okay? So now I have a UR and a TUR for all intents and purposes. One would be SA15, one would be SA20 once everything is obviously all said and done. Here's the deal, though. Even though he's reversed, we did not lose any. We did not lose the 100 points. So we have all the points on the table. Here's the really crazy part about this. Now, follow me here. We now have 2 brand new units that we could link level, right? And as you guys know, we do have the link skill orbs now. So I could actually go through here and just, link skill these guys up. So he's going to be at level 4. I could level the other one up. Unfortunately, it only counts when you get them to level 10. But, I kind of fast track the process now with the link skill orbs. And then once they get up to level 9, since I got to buy more orbs, I haven't bought my monthly orbs yet. Once they get up to level 9, then it really pays to go here into the Portal of Memories and to use keys. So for me personally, what I like to do to make my link leveling just that much easier is I get them to maybe up to level 8, level 9, whatever it is, and then I come in and use my keys. I do not use my keys until I really only need to run it once, maybe twice per unit. Makes it a lot easier. And with the monthly orbs you can buy and all the orbs that are farmable in the game, you have so many units that you could essentially link level up pretty quickly, pretty easily. Now, here's where it kind of gets wonky, right? I've got the one unit that is reversed, but remember, he's got link levels as a fully awakened unit. So before I reverse him, technically, what I could do is I go in here and link level him up. So he's got 7 links here. In fact, let's see. Does he have any links here? He's still got 7 here. So technically, I wouldn't even have to do that. So is he Z Fighters, Dokkan Race, Solid Support, Soul v Soul, Z Fighters, Dokkan Race, Soul v Soul, Golden Z Fighter? Golden Z Fighter is a different link skill. Oh, Supreme Power, Super Strike. Is Super Strike, Supreme Power, Shattering the Limit. So actually he gained Shattering the Limit here. So for all intents and purposes, I could level up the Link skills on the lower level and the higher level, but either way, you're looking at 7 total Link skills that you can link up. The one thing I haven't tested is with the prior Link skills, if I link level those up on the UR level, whether that changes the numbers. That's probably something that I would have to, mess with. But hear me out. That is right here in 2 units, 14,000 points on top of all the nodes, on top of all the awakenings that I could then farm up. So in essence, what we're looking at here is a sum total. I'd have to do the math on how many nodes. Well, we could probably find out pretty fast. Have I given him? I have. I'd have to give a unit a bunch of points, but nevertheless, I'm sure I can math it out pretty fast. But let's say for the sake of argument, it's like 200 points. It's really a negligible number of points. But 14,000 plus how many awakenings do they have? Let's go ahead and see here. So as far as Dokkan awakenings, I believe there's 2 Dokkan awakenings. So he's got the SR to SSR, that's a Z awakening. The SSR to SSR, that's a Dokkan awakening. SR to UR, that's another Z awakening. Then UR to TUR, that is a Dokkan awakening. And then he has 2 Dokkan awakenings, that's 4 Dokkan awakenings, that's another 400 points between 2 units. 14,440 points plus all of the nodes. You're really talking about a sum total of just under 15,000 points for 2 easily farmable units, and every Super Strike can do this. In fact, it's not 2 awakenings usually on free-to-plays, and most of the free-to-plays, it's like 1 awakening. So really just take off 200 points. Every free-to-play unit in the game right now is susceptible to this. Most, I will say, most are susceptible to this. So there is a ton, just in free-to-play units, of power level that you could farm up like today. It would take almost no time to really farm this up. That's actually what I've been doing. And I'll tell you how quickly you could do this. I don't spend a lot of time, unfortunately. I've not spent a lot of time on this because I've had other responsibilities. But starting last week, I was at 740,000 points. I'm almost at 1 million points now. When all is said and done, I could easily exceed, with all the units I have and everybody that I have in my repertoire, we could easily exceed 2 million points. With free-to-play units and unawakened Dokkan units and things like that, there is a ton of pointage in the game. And if you're like me and you're sitting on goodness knows how many, let's just grab a unit here. Whatever. Let's grab this Hercule Mr. Satan unit. So he does not have a Dokkan awakening, but if he did, then you're talking, 100 points for the Dokkan awakening. Get a second one. That's 200 points. Then all the Link skills. He's got, 5 here. With the Dokkan awakening, he'd have more. All the potential nodes, everything like that. And it's like, well, now he's easily farmable from the friend system. But let's say you have a unit that's not. Me personally, right now, I am sitting on, let's find out here real quick, 531 Sleepy Kais. Who knows how many of just the general Kais, and then 560 of the Elder Kais. And I always say there's so many opportunities to get Elder Kais in the game. There's really no point in the Elder Kai banner anymore. So if you hit the Elder Kai banner like we used to back in the day, there are lots of options at your disposal. And bear in mind, look at all these farmable units right here. All these Mr. Satan / Hercule units that are chilling there. Plus, obviously, I've got this R unit. Does he even have a Dokkan awakening? He actually does not. Okay, he's only got a Z awakening. But if you got R's and N's and all that have Dokkan awakenings, those would count too. So, any unit that can get to the UR level and get hidden potential nodes, actually really any unit at all that you can link level has an infinite wealth of power levels. So if you're like me and you're now kind of like thirsty to see those beautiful power level numbers, now you really know the math on how all of that works. And it's so simple, time consuming, but a lot of the stuff can be done very passively. So get on the link, or say get on the link level grind, get on the power level grind. Link leveling is part of that, but you have plenty of opportunity. There's plenty of link levels in the game. If you guys want to know how all of that works, if you want videos on that, let me know in the comments down below. But quick and dirty power level. I'm about to break 1 million, and by the end of the month, my goal is to have exceeded 1.5 million, maybe even more. So we'll see what happens. For now, though, like, comment, share. That's just Super Strikes alone has done that. Can imagine what would happen if I really went crazy and link leveled all my units, which is one of the things I'm working on as well right now. So stay tuned, guys. This number is going to grow exponentially, and hopefully yours does too. Let me know you're starting. If you use this video for your link leveling, or for your power leveling, keep calling link leveling. If you use this for your power leveling, let me know your starting point in the comments, and let me know your end point. I'll catch you guys in the next Dokkan battle video.